Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Blangelico's Boutique and the studio space in the back that's offering up this space today to show you all how to make a simple two-tiered hydroponic fountain. So what we have here today is some pothos plant, a piece of PVC, we have some different pieces of decorative glass, a pump, a larger pot, a smaller pot, some silicone, some black spray paint, some larger black stone, and some tubing. And that's all we're going to need to get started. So, on to step one.
When making your selections for the pots for this project, make sure your bottom pot is a larger vessel and is completely sealed so no water can circulate through it. Make sure your top pot has a hole in the bottom to run your plumbing.
So the first thing we're going to do is take the piece of PVC, and we're going to use this as a stand for the smaller pot. We're also going to use this to hide any tubing that's going to be running up to the system for recirculation. So we set it inside the pot. I'm going to go ahead and mark it at the height that I want to cut it, and then I'm going to take it outside and cut it.
The working piece of PVC should be taller than the bottom pot, large enough in diameter to support the weight of the top pot, but not to exceed the diameter of the base of the top pot. When marking the height of the pipe that you want to cut, you can use any type of straight edge. It doesn't have to be super accurate, as most of these pots aren't perfectly level on the bottom. Just about any saw will do to cut this PVC, but I used a wood plastic combination blade on just a regular utility saw.
Now that you have your piece of PVC cut, go ahead and set it in the center of the pot. Go ahead and put your top piece on it to make sure it looks right and you're good with the fit. Then take it outside and then drill some holes in the PVC that are slightly larger than the diameter of the tubing that you're going to be using to run the water through the system.
Before you drill the holes, just go ahead and test fit everything. Make sure the top of the pipe doesn't exceed where you want your water level. Make sure the top pot fits nice, and make sure it just kind of supports itself without having any kind of silicone or anything gluing in place. Go ahead and test fit your tubing, make sure it fits through there. I went ahead and cut a larger slot in the bottom of the PVC so that I wouldn't have any hard bends on the tubing that I'm using. And I ended up actually cutting my tubing quite a bit longer than this. And go ahead and drill multiple holes. This will keep the water that's inside the pipe from becoming stagnant. Also, it'll keep it from having any kind of bubble inside of there, making the pipe try to float. Once you're done cutting your holes, just take the pipe outside and spray paint it black. That way it matches the inside of the pot and it just kind of disappears.
Now that we have all of our materials prepped, we're going to go ahead and start assembling. First thing we're going to do is we're going to run that pump and hose up through that pipe. And we're going to go ahead and silicone that pipe to the bottom of the pot. Then the last thing we're going to do is take a smaller pot and silicone it to the top. Don't let anybody tell you that last step was easy, because it's not. Trying to silicone the bottom of that pipe to the bottom of that pot and the top of that pipe to the top of the other pot was not a simple chore. Ended up being two people, one person to kind of hold it in place, the other person to go through and set some stone in the bottom, kind of hold it where it's supposed to be, and then add some weight to the top to keep it where it's supposed to be. And I went through and applied some tape to the top of it to just kind of hold it there. So next step is sit back, relax, and wait 24 hours for all of the materials to cure, and then we can come back for the big reveal. Okay, so the last couple steps, we're going to go ahead and hook up the pump, and then I'm going to kind of bury it down inside of there the best I can. Plant the pothos in that top pot and put the decorative glass where I want it, and then we'll see what the final result looks like.
For this project, I selected the smallest pump I could find. I went ahead and set it in the pot toward the back. That way my cord would be hidden whenever I plugged it in. I also took the larger stone and tried to bury the pump the best I could. The plant, the pothos, is just planted inside of glass beads. It's very important that whenever you make your plant selection, you find something that grow in just direct water and doesn't need a soil base. Pothos is a good selection. So would an Easter lily, and those have a really nice white flower on them when they bloom. So just do what you want with this.
And so here it is, the final product. A couple hours of time, a little bit of patience, a little inspiration, and this is what you end up with. Now you can adjust the water in the bowl up or down to get a different sound or whatever you guys want. But beyond that, this is it. I hope you enjoy. I hope you're inspired. I hope you do something beautiful today.
Come find this piece at Langelico's Boutique, offering bohemian-inspired clothing, art, and much more.